Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Living Room Sportsbook. Today is September 25th, Friday, 2001. Today, we're going to be discussing AEW's Grand Slam Dynamite or AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. This was absolutely a awesome, wonderful, the best night of wrestling I've seen in my entire life, and I'm in my late 30s. Uh, this was an absolutely incredible night of wrestling. Good old wrestling like we used to have, wrestling like the good old days of, the Attitude Era, I'll say. I'll give the credit where it's due, but also the other competition, let's say the WCW era. Um, I do see a remnant of that, and it is absolutely wonderful. The first match I want to discuss was my favorite match of the night. It was the Kenny Omega Bryan Danielson match. Wonderful. This match was something to see. Like I said, one of the greatest matches of all time. Needless to say, maybe one of the greatest matches ever put on television for free. Um, unbelievable match. Both performers were in absolute tip top shape. Kenny Omega's about 220. He's got a great size to it, and he's built like a pure muscle. That performance of Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan will go down in history as two of the most skilled wrestlers going at it and beating each other's asses. I mean, Kenny Omega looked in great shape, and also Bryan Danielson looked exactly the same in terms of shape. The best I've ever seen him. He came out looking cut, chiseled, buff. That time he took off, I mean, he really probably just worked out and ate right. The guy looked wonderful coming into the match. He looked like a different person, but he fit the part, he looked the part. The anticipation going into that beginning of that round or beginning of that match was unbelievable, with the two of them staring off at one another as the fans cheered at this like sold out stadium in New York. I mean, this was a big event. To sell that many tickets in New York and have such a reaction from the crowd was incredible. I must have been magnificent to be there. I mean, just watching on television, I got that feeling of how big of this event was. But there they are swearing off in the fight. Uh, like I said, they squared off for a little bit in the beginning, which was very intense but awesome. Some other features of the fight. I mean, it was just a badass fight. A lot of chops to the chest. If you can see, his chest is really red there. Both of them ended up having really red chests because their chops. I mean, one chop would really hurt. Not to mention all the chops these guys take all night. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable. As well as, the signature Bryan Danielson kick. It was awesome. To see that on Kenny Omega was just such a turn of events, man. Kenny Omega to be on that position, it was awesome. So cool to see. That match just was unbelievable. If you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. It ended up being a draw, but that's the best way it could have ended, to be honest. So I loved it. Um, the second match I love and I'll be talking about is the Sting Darby Allin versus the what is it? FTR. Yeah, this match was awesome. I feel Sting was not given the credit that he should because of his age. It was, I'm telling you, an immortal match. This guy deserves an award. They should have did a standing ovation after this match. Sting's performance was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, unbelievable at his age to perform at such a high level. He deserved a standing ovation that night. And if I was there, I would have initiated that standing ovation because that man was incredible. So here they are at the match. They look very, very good together. As I look at what they're doing over there at AEW, and I'm starting to understand how genius of a system they have going on there. So check this image out. Sting is a big man. Sting's 200 and what? 20, 230, probably 6'1", 6'2". He's been a bodybuilder his whole life. And you got Darby Allin over there. What does he weigh? 150, 160? Sting could throw that guy over his shoulder if he wanted to, but that's not the point. The point is, Sting is the generation of wrestler I'm used to. Everybody's big. Sting was an average guy. Now look at this guys. Darby Allin's tiny. I'm not giving anything away from these guys. If anything, more power to Darby Allin. what I realized what they do, their specialty is being small. Darby Allin's able to do what he does because he's tiny. He's coffin dropping. I mean, the coffin drop is awesome. I gotta show you that coffin drop, but it's awesome. It just went away. I apologize, but his coffin drop is an amazing move. He's able to do it from very high up, and he takes a lot of risks. And that's what happened at the end of this match. He took a lot of risks. That coffin drop, oof. Darby Allin, he's no joke, man. That kid will take risks, and I see it in his eye. And I think Sting sees it in his eye too, and that's why they have such a great partnership. My favorite photo of these two together is the one we saw when they're up there in the balcony. It's such a throwback homage to the old Sting at WCW. I mean, the ball Sting has at his age, the intensity. Look at this man. There's no smile on this guy. There's no play. This guy is intense, and that is what we love about Sting. He brings it to the table. And you know what? Darby Allin needed that. Darby Allin's next to him there, bringing that intensity. It gives the credibility that Darby Allin so needed. He's doing a great job, but with Sting next to him, it completely sells it to another level. So, congratulations to Sting the Icon. He deserved an award for that match. I swear, standing ovation would have been appropriate because people don't understand his age, and to be in that ring, doing what he did that night was incredible. So I hope everybody saw that. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is, of course, the great Cody Rhodes. Man, this guy came out looking awesome. We love Cody. He came out with his beautiful wife after having the baby, and obviously Arn Anderson, the great legend. So all these throwbacks to WCW, and just to see some great wrestling with a different approach, it was such a great night. And this is not to say that I don't like the other brand, because obviously everybody still watches what they can for WWE, and their product's getting better. I will say that. I did like Monday Night Raw, but this AEW Dynamite, unbelievable. This was an unbelievable event that they put on television for free. I thank them for that. I thank them for taking the risk, and the Khan family and Cody Rhodes and everybody that's involved. Of course, the Young Bucks, man, the Lucha Bros. All of these guys are wonderful athletes, and it's just wonderful to see them on this level. So, great, great, great matches, event, television show, production, pyrotechnics, you name it. It was all awesome. All right, everybody, have a great day and good luck. Peace.